Hey there, I'm Dr. Selena Sanchez. I'm going to welcome you to the Mystical Mentor, Episode 1 of Season 1. And I am just here tonight to just welcome you to this fabulous opportunity where we're going to talk everything mystical, everything spiritual, and everything consciousness. So I'd like to just start out with, first of all, let's talk about what this podcast is going to entail. I've had this podcast in my mind and in my heart for a long time now, actually. Probably for the last couple of years at least. I've had my outline, I've had my ideas, my thoughts, plans around this, and I'm super excited that we're going to be able to be together and talk about what is happening in the world, what is happening in our lives, in all the ways spiritual, mystical, consciousness, and to look at some of the deeper mysteries and energy that is brewing within us and around us. So I'm really looking forward to this podcast where we can share ideas, thoughts, beliefs, challenges, changes. And I have known for a while now that it was time and I was ready to share my voice, to use my voice, to share my thoughts and ideas, to bring my mystical alchemist peers, mentors, friends, my tribe, where we can talk and share, and all in the name of raising consciousness and vibration. And now in the state of our world, in the state of our country, the zeitgeist is really difficult for all of us. There is a large, I can't even describe it, there's a profound, significant spiritual evolution, changes that are occurring right now in the midst of our living. And this podcast is all about using our voices, using my voice. I will have guests on the podcast that I will bring on. It's all in the name and vibration of raising consciousness and raising the vibration of the collective. Because as we all know, if you're watching this and you're joining in, you are a mystic, you are a sensitive, you are an alchemist, you are in the energy of what this podcast is all about. So you know, as well as I know, that we're living in a very significant time right now. A time that we chose to be here, a time that we are called to exercise and bring to light our own unique spiritual intuitive abilities, practices, our way of being. So I want this podcast to be an opportunity for us to all come together in consciousness, all come together in spirit, bring our magic together. We are magic. When we come together, we create this magnificent, magical alchemy that comes together to raise consciousness. So I'm excited about this. So the purpose of this podcast really is just for us to come together to share ideas, thoughts, chat, all things mystical, to raise our own vibration, to help us with our own healing, to help us in our spiritual practices, to help us in daily life. So that's what this is all about. And why me? Well, that's a good question. I ask myself that a lot too. Why me? Why have I been called to do this podcast? And first and foremost, to bring us all together, to give us an opportunity to raise consciousness and vibration together, and to have a safe place and a tribe for us to exercise our intuition and our mysticism. So a little bit about me now. I'm Dr. Selena Sanchez. I have a doctorate in clinical psychology from Nova Southeastern University. I actually went the long way around. I actually had a master's in clinical psychology from Wichita State University, and I got that in, gosh, I get my years all mixed up. I've been doing this for so long. 1990 was when I graduated from Wichita State University with my master's in clinical psychology, and worked for 3 years, met the man of my dreams, and decided that we were going to move to Florida because I wanted to get my doctorate, because eventually I did want to have my own private practice. I wanted to have my own space to build my own practices with my clients in the way that I wanted to. So graduated from Nova Southeastern University in '98, moved to Tulsa, Oklahoma to do my internship at Children's Medical Center, which was fabulous because I learned all things inpatient and outpatient while I was there. And working with a multidisciplinary team was a really fabulous opportunity for me. Then we moved to Chicago, and I did my residency, my postdoc at Metropolitan Family Services in Chicago, Illinois. And I ran 3 children's mental health programs, working with children with various kinds of psychological disorders and issues. And so, just hearing all that, you know that I was trained traditionally in the in psychology and clinical psychology, with all the traditional ways of thinking, the schools of thought, from Freudian school of thought, psychoanalytic school of thought, cognitive behavioral, Rogerian client-centered, all the schools of thoughts that we learned when we were in psychology training. Of course, using the scientific method in psychology that we use to do testing and research, and I was exposed to had the opportunity to work with really great professors who really fostered my training and my growth for a long time, and they came from all realms of thought. So I feel like I was really blessed with some really great professors who taught me all the different schools of thought and how to apply those to working with my clients. So traditional psychotherapy training in the clinical psychology tradition, and got my license here in Missouri in 2002. Joined a practice of other psychologists for a while, and then I moved into my own clinical private practice in 2010, and have been in private practice ever since and have loved it. I work with a plethora, a variety of different kinds of clients with different psychological concerns, and I will say that I am super spoiled, and I get to work with the most amazing clientele. And as we get to do the podcast and as we move along in the podcast, you'll get to know a little bit more about how I think about things. But I will say that I believe that everybody that crosses my path, and particularly my clients and my friends, all of us really, but we're teachers for each other. We're really teachers for each other. So as much as I hope I serve my clients, they are also teaching me about myself and my life and helping me grow in so many ways. So I have enjoyed private practice immensely, and I will continue to do that. In 2011, I stumbled across a wellness program. It was a clinical hypnotherapy training program taught by the Wellness Institute in Seattle, Washington. And I did my 6-day hypnotherapy training in March of 2011. And I will say that that changed my entire life. It started me on my own healing journey in a way that I had never been before. And it evolved and changed the trajectory of my own way that I practice with my clients. because it brought in a spiritual piece that really honestly had been missing from my practice for years. And so this podcast is really born out of my hypnotherapy, wellness, Reiki, energy work training, because again, we're going to speak and talk about and learn about and practice all things mystical. We are alchemists. Alchemy is change. Alchemy is magic. Alchemy is evolution. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk, we're going to share, we're going to learn from each other. And this is going to be not only healing for ourselves, but for others. And the vibration that we create when we're together is what's going to vibrate out. It is going to shift and evolve everything and everyone around us. So I'm excited about the Mystical Mentor. The Mystical Mentor, that the name just gives me chills. I'm so excited about it. Really, it probably should be called the Mystical Mentors, because I plan on having guests and all my amazing friends and peers on here. But all things mystical, all things alchemy, all things vibrationally are going to shift. So welcome to the Mystical Mentor, where you can delve into your own mystery of yourself, where you can learn more about your own intuition, your own magic that you create each and every day. And magic that maybe you're not even aware of, because I'm still learning. I'm still learning about myself. Every single day I strive to learn something new, and it's fabulous. As we go along, I'm going to reveal more about myself and my healing journey, because I'm right smack dab in the middle of a very powerful, probably the most powerful lesson to date in my life. I'm in the midst of it right now. But I'm not going to get into that yet. We will get into that, because that's also a part of delving into the mystery, right? We're going to delve into the mystery of ourselves, into our own intuition, and into our magic. So welcome to the Mystical Mentor. Welcome to learning about yourself. And welcome to your magic. Thank you so much. Dr. Selena Sanchez signing off. Have a great week. And listen for an affirmation for yourself. What I'm hearing for myself right now is all is well. So all is well. We will talk again. Thank you.